What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video we're fully upgrading the 2023 Porsche 911 Rallye. In real life this is called 911 Dakar, but for some reason in Forza they weren't allowed to call it that, so they've called it Rallye. Or they may have just chosen to call it Rallye, but for whatever reason it's not called that. So getting into upgrading the car, straight onto the conversions, we have two options. We're going to go with a hybrid option, which is the same engine that we put in the 911 GT3 RS. If you haven't watched that video, that was uploaded last week. I'll put a link to it in the top right hand corner of the screen. Then onto the turbos, we're putting the twin turbo kit on it, and then onto the drivetrain we're leaving that four-wheel drive. Now onto the body kit. So there's a few different options here, but for the most part we're leaving the body standard. We just put some headlights on the front and a front splitter. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I have got a cold, so I do apologise for the voiceover, but we're just conquering through. Moving on to the wheels, so for the tyre compound, normally we're putting the racing tyre compound on it, but for this one we're putting the off-road race tyre compound because of what it is. Onto the width, we're going as wide as we can on the front and the rear, and then for the rim size we're leaving that standard, but for the track width, again we're going as wide as we can on the front and the rear, and for the rim style, again we're leaving that standard. Onto the drivetrain, so we're putting the racing clutch in it, there's only one option. We're putting the racing transmission in it and the racing driveline or prop shaft, and then for the differential we're going with the Rallye diff, so I presume the car's already got an off-roading diff in it. Then onto platform and handling, we're putting the racing brakes on it and the off-road springs and dampers, and then we're putting on the racing anti-roll bars on the front and the rear, and then the racing weight reduction. Surprisingly there's no option for a cage, and it doesn't look like the car has a cage in it, so not really sure why that is, to be honest. Moving on to the engine, we're just fully upgrading everything here. Like I say, it's exactly the same as the GT3 RS video that we did. So it makes 1400 horsepower and loads of torque. Again, with the turbos, we're not putting the anti-lag turbos on it, but like I say, it'll be interesting to see how this drives with it being a lot higher up compared to what the GT3 RS was, because that's low down, quite aerodynamic, whereas this is like a big monster truck almost on big beefy off-road tyres. But now that that's done, we can have a look at the paintings and see if there's any different standard options for the car. Okay, so there's quite a few different options for the painting of the car, but the standard option's called red, and it doesn't look very red to me, to be honest. All the other options on the car are actual colours, but they still have a band on them. Again, I'm not really sure what the band is, but we're just keeping it standard for this one. And now that's done, we can take it for a drive and see what it's like. Let's go.
sharp left.
So as you've seen from me driving the car, it doesn't seem to grip very well on tarmac, to be fair. It likes to just slide around everywhere. We also took it off-roading a bit, and it seems to off-road quite well, to be fair, but it has got a lot of power, so I can't imagine it'll get stuck anywhere. But that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As always, don't forget to leave any comments below on any build videos. Apologies again for the cold and the commentary not being the best, but like I say, hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you there.